Hiya, the ownership of Mercedes Sprinter isn't going as well as I planned. I'm not really doing a repair on it, but actually I'll show you first thing. Well, I'll just take you to the side here a minute. The gear linkage cables, well, the cable broke the other day. Well, the retaining little plastic piece. Well, the place I bought it from said they were going to come and fit the new cables for me. They did buy new cables, but they have just delivered them and not fit them. So I think they turned up on the off chance when I was out to fit them. Because I weren't in, I tucked them just inside my back gate and didn't fit them. So now, whether they're expecting me to fit them, I don't know. The cat's coming here, he's going to make it muddy because it's actually nice and clean in here. The van has got its good points. I'll just get a cow. But on starting the van, I've noticed that it had the sort of, well, I thought it was a tapping noise for a start. I checked the oil was a little bit low, which wasn't really ideal because buying off of a dealer, you expect them to check the oil. It's just a basic measure. But anyway, on further investigation, well, before I sort of thought it was injector in the end, a puffing injector. And this morning I've took the cover off. I'll start it now so you can hear. You can hear that quite sort of tapping noise. But if you look over the back, you can't quite see, but you might be able to just see, but puffing out of there. On the injector was the furthest back. Well, it was only a sort of investigation, me taking it apart today and looking. So my next step will be fitting it back together, and I shall get it back over to the dealer and get them to sort that injector out, because I had a slight feeling like, well, a sense I could smell fumes in the cab, and that would have caused that. It has had some issue anyway because them two bolts weren't put in the back, them two bolts there on that bracket. So at least I know now what the actual fault is. If I'd had the van a year, I'd have no hesitation to take on the job myself and sort the injector out myself, but it's a sort of bit of a specialist job because you need specialist tools. But I would attempt it, but I don't see why I should. I've only had it less than a week, so I think they're going to be having to deal with that as well. In time, it will get worse, and it could be sort of potentially dangerous as well if you're getting fumes in the cab. That isn't ideal. So what I shall do is put the stuff all back on. Won't take me very long, and I shall get this back over to them to sort it out because it's their place to. All in all, the van isn't bad. It doesn't drive too bad. It has got a slow puncher on the back. There's no sign, I've just left my house phone on. The back tyre is going down a bit, which I got rid of that with my truck. It had a slow puncher, now I've got that again. But as you can see, it's got the typical Sprinter rusty bits that have been daubed in by them, but you can see how quick it's actually come through. It wasn't ideal how they did it. What I think I will get done if I keep this van, I think I will get the bottom half below that line there. Right, well, I might do it myself. I'll see if I've got time. My dad can do that sort of thing quite well. I think I'm going to stone chip it up to the first line and probably around to there, and then sort them little odd bits out and make it look a bit smarter than they did. I'm not worried about sort of bits like that, little scrapes and that. It's a work van, but I just like it a little bit tidier. It is fairly tidy how these go, but the back tyre as well, that one I said had a puncher. It does show on MOT and advisory that's getting quite near the limit anyway, so I might just have a new tyre pot on there just so I can forget about that. The other three tyres got plenty of thread on them, so that's not really a problem. And also we have I think I mentioned to you, well actually look, there's some, just before I go, and there's a little bit of work on the edge of the side loading door. I can weld that first and then that can be stone chipped up to that line again. I'm not worried because it is an 04, so it is, what, 14 years old. We'll sit in the cab a minute. I'm not sure whether I mentioned or not, but it has got a crunch in third gear, and the gear change is very agricultural. It feels like my tractor. So with the new cables, that should improve that. And also the gearbox, it's bad changing from second to third. It has got a crunch in it, on it. So what I bought a cheap gearbox. The gearboxes for these, being a Mercedes, are quite unbelievably cheap. I managed to get one for around £100 delivered. Actually, it was just under that, under £100 delivered. So it doesn't look a really hard job to do. But at the end of the day, it is a work van, a 14-year-old work van with 200,000 on the clock. So I can't expect new, but it's just a few things I did expect buying it from a dealer. I expected it to not have a leaking injector. And the other thing is the cables weren't really their fault. That was just something that could have happened. But you had to be quite rough with it to get it into gear. At the moment, I've done a cable. That's just a sort of a warning noise when I've stopped it. The cables, I've actually I've done a cable tie fix on it at the moment, so I can get around in it, because I'd lost all gears apart from first or second. Then it popped off again, and I lost the other gears, and it was a mess up. At the moment, it is staying in gears okay. I'm just taking it steady through the gears. So, and I have only got to lay underneath it and connect it back if it did break. So at the moment, that's getting me by. But it isn't ideal. I thought it would be these little things that wouldn't happen, but it's an old vehicle, and I just hope the dealers do help me out with that injector and fit them cables. Worst comes to worst, if I fit the cables, they're not too bad to fit. I just don't particularly want to attempt that injector really at the moment, and it means I've got to spend money out to buy tools. So anyway, it's just the way these things. It's just the way these things go. You know, you can't really do too much about it. You can't foresee these things. But all in all, the van drives nice. But I have the feeling it's a bit underpowered, and obviously now it's losing compression through that injector. So that does need to be fixed. It's quite a vital thing to be fixed. So I'm not sure. I think they're probably open over this weekend actually, because they're a van sale place. So I think I'll leave it today, get back onto them tomorrow, see if I can run it over there, leave it with them a couple of days to do them cables and get the injector done. But it's a little bit disappointing when I got the van and I wanted to get everything a bit sorted with it. So anyway, I'll get this back together, and at least I know for peace of mind what the problem is. It isn't any other issue, it's just that back injector there. But you can see it's all very sort of tarry around there. It's a common problem if you look on YouTube. It's a common problem, and you can buy the tools reasonably cheap on eBay to lift the injectors out, but it would have to be the one right at the back. So I will pass that on to them at the moment. If in future I keep the van and the others go or whatever, it's just a copper seal in there. The seal just doesn't work, so then you have to clean out as a process. But if the others go and I keep the van, I would delve into it then. If it was that one at the front, it looked quite easy. It looks like the others that have been messed around with, and like I said, at the back there it has got them bolts missing. So anyway, I'll get this back together and then I'll go from there.